Hi Aries, welcome back for your mid-month reading. Those of you who are twin flames and your Aries, a very warm welcome. And those of you who are coming over from YILDIZ readings, welcome over, guys. Happy New Year. Now, let's have a look at what's coming through for you guys mid-month. Also, if you're wanting to make a booking, the link is directly below. Now, you have an interesting switch of energy. I pulled the cards ahead of time, and I have actually pulled chakra cards so we can see where you're in duality, where perhaps you've got blocks in the same level, and also what karmic energies you're actually going to be learning during the month. So a lot of times we have lessons that we're learning through each process of the journey. So I have pulled energies for that area to see how we're transitioning forward and how it's all interlinking with the chakras, with the energy coming through. Now, Aries, for you moving into mid-month, you have heart chakra. So the way you're going to be dealing with things and what will be challenging you is to stay in that center of the heart chakra. For your counterpart, it's communication. And again, this will relate to the both of you, speaking from the heart and talking truth. It's going to be very important, both towards your external world, internal world, and perhaps even directly towards each other. Now, the first card that you've got coming through is coming into the heart and perhaps even feeling an aspect of jealousy coming through, being triggered by what's going on with your twin. Now, you may be still feeling a lot of love, and all of a sudden this heart may be becoming flooded by the energy of your twin. This can cause a bit of a trigger. This can make you second guess yourself and question, especially since with your twin coming through and being very expressive, it may be that you're feeling they're coming across as blunt. That's not to say they are, but I am feeling a 3D relation energy is coming through that is triggering you. And again, these energies can swap. This can even be you meditating upon your twin and your own twin's frequency, or being that way towards you and understanding from the heart perhaps why that was so. So it can be a revelation in your own mind as to, oh, is that what I was doing? Sometimes we don't even know these things, you know, till after the fact, because we're quite focused. Whatever the lesson is and the energy is, or epiphany, it's going to be a blessing. It's a blessing towards you and your twin, because it's an understanding of what's going on. And definitely with your twin, they're really wanting to have balance. So it may be in the past they hurt you, and you're going back over that old ground and having an understanding why perhaps you became the person you were through the years, and in the way you would relate to other people. And you're grasping that concept, you're having this aha moment. You feel you know your twin super well. And yes, many of us very much do. But some things are yet to be learned. And the first thing I heard when I was tuning into your reading was some blocks can only be dealt with within the connection. And the reason I say that is, you know, we do tend to, in a breakup scenario, in any breakup scenario, you move out of it and then you do some work, but we never go into a connection without baggage. But that final aspect of the baggage, sometimes we can be thinking, oh, am I going back into it correctly? You know, do I still have blockages? Is this in alignment? Yes, it is. It's merely a test. It's like going to university or going to high school, and then you've got your end of the year exams, you pass them, and then, you know, you think, did I do okay? And then you get the results. It's the same scenario. So that's really what I was hearing when I was drawing the cards for you guys, is that I do feel Aries is going to have this understanding that in order to heal an aspect, it's only going to be done within the connection, taking a leap of faith. They're going to have to be very brave moving into this, and they know this factor. They also do know, by what they do know, is that any childhood wounds had been a direct block for them, as well as a blessing. Also, some of them may be energetically thinking about children and why it is they felt an energy in relation to children, when some of them actually do not want to have children and don't feel energetically up to that, but they're really trying to meditate upon the maturity level for that, or the emotional level of that. And again, the energies can swap if this was a blockage. I'm hearing though baby steps. They're trying to take baby steps, and I do feel they're going to be communicating either on your side or the other side, but it feels communication's coming in. But they're going to have to be really brave about talking to you about where they were lying to themselves or you were lying to them, but a discussion of this is going to come up in the communication. They're also feeling quite regretful about what has transpired, and that's why they're coming from the heart. They're trying to be quite honest about it, and they're really trying to communicate with you about what was going on. But they are ready to move beyond this point. That's probably why I was feeling that really on their side, they're feeling as though they're ready to move, but I'm seeing a lot of conversations. And it's like, even the way this card is for your counterpart, they're looking up in the air thinking, finally, it all makes sense. There is going to be an aha moment. And you do actually have some cards from the beginning of the month come through, especially on your twin side. So if you haven't looked at that, do go have a look at it and you'll see how it's kind of correlating. Definitely the communication is going to come in about this regret. And anywhere they feel that there was a betrayal or there was something that didn't go quite according to plan, they're really going to communicate this, but they're also going to another person to understand why this didn't come about in a very correct fashion. I don't even know if that's a sentence. It didn't come about the way they thought it was going to. They felt like they were stuck on this Ferris wheel of repeating the same cycle, but they were actually trying to clean up the mess. But the more they were cleaning it, the more mess that apparently felt was occurring. And again, like I said, these energies can bounce back and forward. They're ready, but they also know, and this is exactly what I was saying, is an aspect of the healing is only going to come through communication, through actually dealing with the nature of the wounds with twin. Now, the lessons that Aries is going to have this month through this process, 2 cards have come out, so I did pull 2 for your counterpart, is that there is a wound that needs healing, but it can only be healed with twin. Bringing it to life can only happen with twin. Can't make this shit up. Now, I'll do your karmic energies for your counterpart for those of you who are cross-watching, and then I'll read the energy between you. Counterparts really wanting an aspect of balance. They really are working on yin and yang within themselves. And again, this can be masculine or feminine, however it relates. And like I said, this is an overall energy of you with your twin, so either side can be your energy. There is a balanced energy coming through. Physically and emotionally, there is going to be movement, but you also do not want to be manipulated. The give and take has to come about in a correct fashion. When this comes in, I physically feel it's going to turn your world upside down. You're going to be like, was I ready? Am I ready? When they communicate with you what is going on, and again, it can be on either side, this communication, it may be, which is interesting because this card is the card of Aries, the indecisions that Aries might have had, and again, it can go back and forward because, you know, 9 times out of 10, we will end up being the same as our twin at some point in our journey, or going through an aspect of what they went through. They're looking at the conversation, and this is really the position of both cards, right? So any neglect that they held within this connection and the failures of their opinion in their own lives is going to be communicated. this is going to make you very confused, counterpart. You're going to be like, wow. It's going to put you back in this energy where you want to take a moment to understand what has been communicated. Now, this communication can even be a download that you have, but it's going to take you out of the pain. But it's like, okay, I don't feel it's a bad thing. I just feel it's a frustrating thing that it took. It's going to really give you a lot more hope. But it's really taking you back. It's really like shocked you. You weren't quite ready. There is going to be a celebration though, but it just literally feels you're absolutely flawed. Now, your energy of what you're going to learn this month, what you're purging, is that they have always been with you. They've felt exactly the same as you. And that, yes, heaven is helping you. And it is a godsend. Everything that's happened, this is bringing your twin back into a balance with themselves. You spiritually felt perhaps there were things you needed to do, and it can go both ways. But some of this you can only do together. That's going to come through for you in the next 2 weeks. Now, the energy between you is very much that once you both walk through that door, you know there's no going back. Now, we do come to a place where we ask ourselves, what is reunion? What is union? You, I do believe, will know what union looks like. And I believe those of you who choose to stay on the journey, that's union. Because you're committed to it till the day you die. You know that there is no other person like this person. That's union. Not actually having the commitment, but having the ongoing commitment is union. But it's having the union with yourself and then going, okay, I've tried the other grass. Other grass really isn't that cool. I'm open to new grass. I'm not saying I'm not, but it needs to come correct. But then coming full 360 and then realizing that the growth, the energy, the spiritual connection is only coming from this person. And it's not that you're going to tolerate their BS, counterparts or Aries. It's that when it does come to that balanced format, absolutely blessing. While you're going through that, you keep on your own path spiritually. But you choose whether you wish to have union, reunion, or just come into duality with yourself and move with the soulmate. At the heart of the matter, there is going to be romance between the both of you. It is going to be emotional, whatever is going to be communicated. But you're also going to be dealing with it very cautiously, very sensitively. And that's with each other and within your own lives. It can be a sensitive matter that's being addressed. You're going to really need to balance yourself and be cautious with your communication, but be open to that communication. Again, I'm seeing moon frequency for you, counterpart. So cross watches, I'm feeling near the new moon or the full moon. This is a dynamic that even from the eclipses, it's an energetic shift for the both of you. So it can be a date and a timeline. But I do feel there's a transformation coming. Love and light, and I'll see you during the month.